Another story over at Ewa Podcast. Blackburn Rovers appear to be signing a forward, that's right, a striker, and he's the son of a legend. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today, we're going to take a look at the latest name linked, and he's been heavily linked, and he could actually be signed. It is, of course, a striker, which, of course, we've all been screaming out for, but it looks like somebody's been listed to us. And, of course, a striker, it looks set, if not already been confirmed, to become a Blackburn Rovers player. Who am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you in a second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe, one subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, Championship football, world football. We're going to all here under one roof. Yeah, I was going to dub it breaking news, but I'm not 100%. I am recording this late on a Friday, around about midnight UK time. And what it appears to be, it's signed, sealed and delivered. I'll tell you in just a second, of course. But before that, I'm going to hand you over to Eddie to talk about something really cool that is away day travel, affordable away day travel, and hopefully you'll be interested in it.
Ewan Eddie here with some news on our brand new scheme we're looking to implement in the 2025-2026 campaign. What is it? Well, it's affordable away day travel. That's right, us at Blackburn Rovers Seas hope to implement this brand new scheme for each and every one of the away days taking place in the upcoming campaign. Right now, we're just in the planning stages and we want to know if you are interested in away day travel for the upcoming season. Now, what I need you to do now is, of course, go to this link on the screen right about now. It's a QR code, or maybe drop down in the old description to follow the URL and fill out your name and, of course, maybe some contact information that we can reach out to you when we are 100% committed. Just a reminder that this is just the planning stage of this service. Nothing is 100% as of yet. But the more numbers and the names that we get down in the next few weeks, then, of course, then we'll have the ability to make this happen for you guys. Again, looking at what's available at the moment, this does look like an affordable option if we can get the support from you guys. And again, it's just a fantastic way for you to support the channel in another way. Back to you, Dirk, in the studio.
Appreciate that, Eddie, but now let's go to the developing story, and it is the potential, if not confirmed, he is the son of Eiður Guðjohnsen, of course, formerly of Bolton, Chelsea, Barcelona, of course. So he is of good stock. Even his grandfather was also a professional footballer as well. So he comes of good stature there, a striker, plays just down the middle. That's all we need. We don't need this right-wing shits attacking midfield nonsense. We need another guy to compete with Yuki and possibly Gay up top. So who is he? Well, he is 23 years of age. He plays with his right foot. He's got an average of the attributes of around about 63 in regards to attacking. His defending could be much better, but his technique is pretty much on par. What also adds a little bit of flavour, a little bit of MSG, should we say? Not that kind of MSG, but MSG, bit of flavour, bit of extra saltiness is the fact that we swiped in from under the noses of them, not down the road. Not that six-fingered banjo playing lot, but the knobbers, like the Spud Bros. That's right. We nicked him from those guys, of course, who were linked with them all summer long. But who is he? Well, let's have a look at him. Here he comes, right here, right now, with his numbers. I've got a bit of a thing on the screen here. Just give me a bit of magic, and we'll take care of that. You should be about to see. Oh no, where's it gone? You should be about to see the changing of the guard. There it comes. Of course, the green is back. So yeah, let's take a look at it then, shall we? Of course, his numbers. Again, this is from last year. He did play 32 times. Started 16 of them, chipping in with a handful of goals. I think it was like six goals. That's one thing we need on this graphic, is the bloody goals. This is his heat map, very sporadic for the striker, all over the place. Defending stats are on the game there. Let's have a look. The goals, just 5 of them. 5 of them in 32 appearances. Not great on paper, but he was playing top-level football over in Belgium, I believe, for Ghent, who had European adventures as well. They are one of the top 5 or 6 clubs in Belgium. One of these lower echelons, not one of these relegated teams. And of course, if you turn the seasons back a little bit, he did have a really prolific season over in the top flight in Denmark. So he ain't no slouch, and he's got pretty much 1 in 3 goals a game for his country, which also adds some fruit to his labour. Scored 3 with his right foot, 2 with his head in a competitive season for Ghent over in Belgium. Moving forward, this is, of course, his resume over the course of time. And he does, like I said, come from good stock, but he was also at the academy of Real Madrid. That's right. He was, of course, played in his youth out there before making the switch to Norrköping. Then Lindby out of Denmark took it on loan, I believe. And then Genk stumped up a bit of cash, around about 3 million. So he ain't no slouch, and he's still of a good age. And I did say he is a striker, but he has dabbled down the left and the right wing on occasion. But as you can see, it's very little, just the one match. But he is, of course, a striker through and through. And like I said, 1 in every 3, give or take 9, 18, 20, yeah, give or take. And of course, he has a prolific record as through the youth. He is probably, I'm not confirmed, but their #1 striker, I would imagine, for Iceland these days. And again, yeah, good record, goal scorer, but hopefully he fits the mould as an athlete. Now, he is one of 3 or 4 names banded around currently. And again, this one has a lot of legs right now and a lot of indications that it is a done deal. My understanding, or what we're led to believe, is that he's touching down in Manchester tomorrow, which will be today when this video goes out, for a medical. And there is a prospect of him being announced before the game against Hull City. Of course, it is not Hull City, Norwich City. Of course, deadline day is Monday. Getting these kind of deals done now is great, and then maybe we can explore something else, perhaps a midfielder. Or there is another murmur that this could be one of 2 strikers. So then when you look at that, you got Ohashi, Magda Gay, you got this Icelander, and then there's potentially of another one. And of course, there's about 3 or 4 names still banded around. Solomon Samanu, a guy called Matt Schmidt, or not Matt Schmidt the doctor, but somebody of a Schmidt from the Dutchlands there. There's also an English guy called Barry Cadamarteri, or along those lines. So there's still names banded around, and who knows, there might even be another name out there. And of course, there's the midfield option. So look at this little cheeky fella, right? Oh, you can't see him on the screen, but there's a cheeky fella behind the old graphic there. So there's still a little bit of uncertainty of what's still to go on with Rovers. But generally, Rudy has delivered some excitement. He's brought in the Morishita guy, which we should see as well. Cameo, if not anything else, against Norwich City. We've seen, some stalwarts go. Your Britons, your Dolans, your Travises, your Buckaroos as well, all going on to pastures new. Changing of a guard is a completely new thing now with Rovers, with a lot of foreigners in it. And don't get me wrong, I've always had that sort of gut or aspiration to roll back the years. I know we're not in the Premier League with the foreigners when we had the likes of Salgado, we had, of course, Mokoena, we had the Australians guys back there, we had Santa Cruz, we've had all sorts of shapes and sizes of different nationalities as well, with a little sprinkling of Brits and Irish in there, and we have that still with Dom Hyam, McLaughlin, who else do we have in there? Hedges, of course. We've got a bit of a trifactor there with Wales, Scotland and Ireland competing. We've got the Englishmen like Carter, Scotty Wharton as well to compete. Pickering as well if he can get back into the squad. So and of course Ryan Oblosu, who is English. So there is still the smattering of your domesticated, your national players from Great Britain, the United Kingdom and Ireland. So but it's definitely exciting. It's definitely interesting and what I really like about this deal, or the addition of these strikers, I honestly didn't think this was ever going to get prioritised in the Blackburn Rovers blueprint, because I thought we were looking for maybe a winger and maybe the centre back, but suddenly we're looking like we might be getting a forward, if not 2, and then imagine if we have 4 first-team strikers. Imagine the competition level it would be to start this game when we play in a formation there's only really one leading the line. So the 4 strikers gets me a little bit of a headache, but maybe the Ohashis can be playing a little more of a central role, maybe a Todd Cantwell 2.0 or just out wide or something. And then Macta leads the line, a matey boy here, a Guðjohnsen will lead the line as well. So just the variety, the competition will make these guys better players. We'll know that, hey, I've got a matey boy breathing down my neck here. I've got to be on my game. So let's see if that comes into fruition. But let's, of course, take a look at the 2 main candidates to lead or at least compete with Ohashi if this deal goes through. Andri Guðjohnsen is still very younger, much younger than Magda Gay, in around about the same valuation, same type of player, similar sort of height, right-footed. And a great addition to the squad. But we did have a Rovers Rant live stream yesterday, and was kind of brought up that maybe a hot take was mentioned that maybe there won't be 4 strikers. Maybe there won't even be 3 strikers. Maybe Magda Gay, Yuki Ohashi, maybe they're on their way out. I doubt Yuki will be on his way out because they just brought in his partner in crime. But there was, of course, rumours of a Magda Gay bid earlier from the Middle East. I think it was not necessarily Saudi Arabia, but like Qatar or one of the clubs out that way. Saudi Arabia, that neck of the woods. So there is potential that could get regurgitated or revisited, and maybe that's where this cash is coming from. Also, Harry Leonard's story, which we broke, or not broke, but we did a video on it yesterday. That has kind of hit a bit of a rough patch. It's not necessarily confirmed because the players that play have actually started to ask for a bit more cash. So I don't know if Rovers. I think Rovers may have screwed the pooch on that bad boy. But anyway, let's move forward. Take a look at the numbers then. I never looked at this myself. And as you can see, it's pretty similar stats. You know, a goal for Makta every 239 minutes, a goal for Andri, a goal every 269 minutes. That is, of course, club football only. He only chipped in with 6 goals for us last season. And he chipped in like 5, was it? Something like that. So, similar sort of players, you know, I think they're both confidence players that hopefully they'll bring the best out of each other in the end. But also, that's what's cooking, guys, and that's what could be breaking, confirmed. It's got to be confirmed within the next, 24, if not less than that, 24, 48 hours, because the window is upon us very, very soon. When you get this video, there'll be 48 hours, 50 odd hours left of the window. So it could be exciting times, just like Rudy promised. But before we bow out, of course, Rudy, as his own, as a player, had some special memories. What is your Blackburn Rovers special memories? We're still collecting them. We want 150. We're getting close to the magical 100. But hopefully you guys can get us over the edge and get us closer to the target. So please do listen to what Eddie has to say.
Hey, with Eddie back once again, but this time I don't want your money. No, I want your name, your voice, your Rovers memories. That's right. We started a social media project over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, showcasing 150 Blackburn Rovers memories. I've asked fans from around the globe to drop their Rovers memories, but of course I need more of them. That's right. 150 is a big number and we need some more, and that's where you come in. That's right. Whether it's the best player, best goal, best shirt, best moment in regards to Blackburn Rovers, I want to hear about it. So if you want to do that, again, follow that link. There is also one down in the description, and drop it in there. Of course, that memory will be featured over on Twitter on a day of its own, and then of course together in a master video when we drop it on November the 5th to celebrate Blackburn Rovers 150th anniversary. So please do me a favour and drop your Rovers memory. But anyway, once again, back to Dirk to wrap up the
Appreciate
show.
that, Eddie. Thanks again for giving up a bit of your time. And also, you guys, please, thanks again for giving up your Blackburn Rovers memories. Of course, it's a monumental social media scheme that we're going on. It's not a scheme. It's just a project. It's the 150th year for Blackburn Rovers. Get your memories out there so we can all come reminisce with you. But anyway, until then, subscribe, smash like. I'll see you soon, whenever I return, which will be soon. But until then, we're done.